Russell, there's a lot to say about your career, but I can't be bothered to check your Wikipedia page.
How very expected, Space Ghost, and quite right of you too. Wikipedia pages are long and boring and full of very misleading, ill-researched information. I would have no time for you if you did bother to check.
See, this is what I love about you, Rusty. You often speak your mind openly and bluntly. A lot of people have gone to Twitter with claims that your work has subtle racist undertones, but from what I gather watching your programs, you seem to have a general disdain for the entire human race, not just a specific race.
Well, in my work, I try to make a case for the best and worst of humanity. There are characters who look upon us and are all aglow in regard to what we can achieve, and in the next instance, they will dismay over our misguided ways. In many instances, these characters are all above our own station, a higher authority for when the conventional lawmakers and moralists are never enough.
Almost like a god bearing down and judging us. Say, you're an atheist, Russell. Don't you find that kind of divine grandstanding a bit counterproductive to your beliefs?
Not at all, really. We all have to keep ourselves in line. Some are able to just push through the ranks on strength and conviction of character alone to say what is in the head of every man, woman, and child who strive for peace and diplomacy in their lifetimes and would like it to be reflected in the world far beyond that. It's all part of the same human condition.
But what do you suppose gave us that condition, Russell? And don't rely on your stock response, please.
Your stock response is always to ask how we all got here. Also, if you consider yourself part of the human condition, it's little wonder you've been such a pussy lately.
Zorak, you're getting a lump of coal.
Just what I asked for Christmas.
Adam Cole baby! Ho, ho, ho!
Who knows? Maybe Santa gave us the gift of the human condition. Perhaps I'll bring Nick Frost back into Doctor Who to definitively answer that.
Give us the lowdown on what you're doing back in the States, Russell. Any big projects on the go for Uncle Turner?
There was no doubt in my mind that the next tale I wanted to tell was a love story between Dr. Blight and Captain Planet. In fact, I went over to Archive of Our Own, and I found to my horror that there was only one other fanfic there that paired the two together, an erotic smut piece called Blighted Planet. It's pretty good, actually, and really captures the feel of Blight from those early seasons. I watched Tree of Life the other day, and I thought, well, that's a banger, isn't it? Dr. Blight with the powers of nature, combating Captain Planet and fully intent on destroying him. But as a shipper, there's just so much to process, even from that. The bit where Blight says nothing, not Captain Planet or the trees matter, and that only she does. You sit there thinking, just why does she bring that up? That implies she cares about the trees in some fashion, and more to the point, it implies she thinks it's important that Captain Planet matters somehow. She's trying to convince herself he doesn't matter to her, when in reality the opposite is true, and that truly she is in love with him. Having been binging the first few seasons of the show where Blight was more of a credible and flirtatious threat, there are some choice episodes where Blight and the good captain had some exemplary chemistry together. Even Deadly Ransom has a rather seductive sequence between the two when he's strapped to that operating table. Planet even once made a cuttingly funny remark about her looks in Greenhouse Planet, but it was played like an affectionate comment. I might write an alternate ending to Greenhouse Planet next.
Come on, Russell, trade up a little. Why settle for a planetary superhero when you can write for a galaxy-bound space ranger?
Splendid idea. I'll give Hasbro a call right away. Power Rangers is on hiatus, and I reckon it needs looking after through its wilderness phase.
You walked right into that one, Tad. Merry Christmas, Ghost Planet.
How's that for a stock response?
More like stalking response.
Oh, do fuck off.